20,560 of Virginians under age 18 speak Spanish. Arabic was the third most commonly spoken language with around 0.8% of residents, followed by Chinese languages and Vietnamese each with over 0.7%, and then Korean and Tagalog, just under 0.7% and 0.6% respectively. English was passed as the Commonwealth's official language by statutes in 1981 and again in 1996, though the status is not mandated by the Constitution. While a more homogenized American English is found in urban areas, and the use of Southern accents in general has been on the decline in speakers born since the 1960s, various accents are still present. The Piedmont region is known for its non-rhotic dialect's strong influence on Southern American English, and a BBC America study in 2014 ranked it as one of the most identifiable accents in American English. The Tidewater accent evolved from the language that upper-class English typically spoke in the early colonial period, while the Appalachian accent has much more influence from the English spoken by Scottish and Irish immigrants from that time. The outward stereotypes of Appalachians has, however, led to some from the region code switching to a less distinct English accent. The English spoken on Tangier Island in the Chesapeake Bay, preserved by the island's isolation, contains many phrases and euphemisms not found anywhere else and retains elements of early modern English. Religion. See also, religion in early Virginia. Virginia enshrined religious freedom in a 1786 statute. Though the state is historically part of America's Bible Belt, the 2023 Public Religion Research Institute, PRI, survey estimated that 55% of Virginians either seldom or never attend religious services, ahead of the national average of 53.2%, and that the percent of Virginians unaffiliated with any particular religious body had increased from 21% in 2013 to 29% in 2023. The 2020 U.S. Religion Census conducted by the Association of Religion Data Archives, ARDA, similarly found that 55% of Virginians attend none of the state's 10,477 congregations. Overall belief in God has also declined in the South region, of which Virginia is a part, from 93% of respondents in Gallup surveys from 2013 to 2017, to 86% in 2022. Of the 45% of Virginians who were associated with religious bodies in the 2020 ARDA census, evangelical Protestants made up the largest overall grouping, with 20.3% of the state's population, while 8.1% and 2% were mainline and black Protestant respectively. Baptists, 84% of which are counted as evangelical, included 9.4% of Virginians in that census. Their major division is between the Baptist General Association of Virginia, which formed in 1823, and the Southern Baptist Conservatives of Virginia, which split off in 1996. Other Protestant branches with over 1% of Virginians included Pentecostalism, 1.8%, Presbyterianism, 1.3%, Anglicanism, 1.2%, and Adventism, 1%. The 2023 PRI survey estimated that 46% of Virginians were Protestants, with 14% each as white evangelical, white mainline, and black, though these numbers include individuals who report not attending services. Since 1927, Arlington National Cemetery in Arlington County has hosted an annual non-denominational sunrise service every Easter. Catholics accounted for 10.3% in the 2020 ARDA census, and 16% in the 2023 PRI survey, which divided them into 9% white Catholic, 6% Hispanic Catholic, and 1% other. Catholic churches are organized in either the Diocese of Arlington or Richmond, while Episcopal churches are similarly in their Diocese of Virginia, Southern Virginia, and Southwestern Virginia. Adherents of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints constitute just over 1% of the population, with 210 congregations in Virginia as of 2024. While the state's Jewish population is small, organized Jewish sites date to 1,789 with congregation Beth Al-Haba. Fairfax County is the state's most religiously diverse jurisdiction. Fairfax Station is the site of the Ekoji Buddhist Temple, of the Jdo Shinch School, and the Hindu Durga Temple of Virginia. The All Dulles Area Muslim Society, on the county's border in Sterling, considers its 11 branches the country's second largest Muslim mosque community. McLean Bible Church, with around 16,500 weekly visitors, is among the top 25 largest megachurches in the U.S. and 8.4% of Virginians attend non-denomination Christian churches like it, according to the 2020 ARDA census. Lynchburg and Roanoke ranked in that census as the two metropolitan areas with the highest rates of religious adherence, while the State College-dominated Blacksburg, Christiansburg and Charlottesville were the lowest. Two major Christian universities, Liberty University and the University of Lynchburg, are based in Lynchburg, while Regent University is in Virginia Beach. Economy. Main article, Economy of Virginia. See also, Virginia locations by per capita income. Virginia's economy has diverse sources of income, including local and federal government, military, farming and high-tech. The state's average per capita income in 2022 was $68,211, and the gross domestic product, GDP, was $654.5 billion, both ranking as 13th highest among U.S. states. The COVID-19 recession caused jobless claims due to soar over 10% in early April 2020, returning to pre-pandemic levels in 2023. In December 2024, the unemployment rate was 3%, which was the sixth lowest nationwide. Virginia has a median household income of $96,490 as of 2023, eighth highest nationwide, and a poverty rate of 10.3%, 10th lowest nationwide. Montgomery County outside Blacksburg has the highest poverty rate in the state, with 28.5% falling below the U.S. Census poverty thresholds. Loudoun County meanwhile has the highest median household income in the nation, and the wider Northern Virginia region is among the highest income regions nationwide. As of 2022, 18 of the 100 highest income counties in the United States, including the two highest, are located in Northern Virginia. Though median home prices in Virginia are generally above the national average, particularly in Northern Virginia, where they were 44.8% higher in May 2024, at $760,000, 69.1% of Virginians own their home as of 2023. The Hampton Roads region has the state's highest per capita number of homeless individuals, with 11 per 10,000, as of 2020. Though the Gini index shows Virginia has less income inequality than the national average, the state's middle class is also smaller than the majority of states. CNBC ranked Virginia as their 2024 top state for business, with its deductions being mainly for the high cost of business and living, while Forbes magazine ranked it as the 16th best to start a business in. Oxfam America however ranked Virginia in 2024 as only the 26th best state to work in, with pluses for worker protections from sexual harassment and pregnancy discrimination, but negatives for laws on organized labor and the low-tipped employee minimum wage of $2.13. Virginia has been an employment-at-will state since 1906 and a right-to-work state since 1947, and though state minimum wage increased to $12 in 2023, farm and tipped workers are specifically excluded. Government agencies. Government agencies directly employ around 714,100 Virginians as of 2022, almost 17% of all employees in the state. Approximately 12% of all U.S. federal procurement money is spent in Virginia, the second highest amount after California. As of 2020, 125,648 active duty personnel, 25,404 reservists, and 99,832 civilians work directly for the U.S. Department of Defense at the Pentagon or one of 27 military bases in the state covering 270,009 acres. 1,092.69 kilometers. Another 139,000 Virginians work for defense contracting firms, which received $44.8 billion worth of contracts in the 2020 fiscal year. Virginia has the second highest concentration of veterans of any state with 9.7% of the population. The Hampton Roads area is home to the world's largest Navy base and only NATO station on U.S. soil, Naval Station Norfolk. Other large federal agencies in Northern Virginia include the Central Intelligence Agency in Langley, the National Science Foundation and U.S. Patent and Trademark Office in Alexandria, the U.S. Geological Survey in Reston, and the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service in Bailey's Crossroads. Virginia's state government employs over 106,000 public employees, who combined have a median income of $52,401 as of 2018, with the Departments of Transportation and of Education the two largest state departments by expenditure. K-12 teachers in Virginia make an annual average of $59,970. Which is 13th lowest in the U.S. when adjusted for the state's cost of living as of the 2021-22 school year. Business. Based on data as of 2020, Virginia is home to 204,131 separate employers plus 644,341 sole proprietorships. Of the 144,431 registered non-farm businesses in 2017, 59.4% are majority male-owned, 22% are majority female-owned, 19.6% are majority minority-owned, and 8.9% are veteran-owned. 24 Fortune 500 companies are headquartered in Virginia as of 2024, with the largest companies by revenue being Freddie Mac, Boeing, RTX Corporation, Performance Food Group, and Capital One. The two largest by number of employees are Dollar Tree in Chesapeake and Hilton Worldwide Holdings in McLean. Virginia has the third highest concentration of technology workers and the fifth highest overall number among U.S. states as of 2020, with the 451,268 tech jobs accounting for 11.1% of all jobs in the state and earning a median salary of $98,292. Many of these jobs are in Northern Virginia, which hosts a large number of software, communications, and cybersecurity companies, particularly in the Dulles Technology Corridor and Tysons areas. Amazon additionally selected Crystal City for its HQ2 in 2018, while Google expanded their Reston offices in 2019. Northern Virginia became the world's largest data center market in 2016, with over 47.7 million square feet, 4.43 kilometers, as of 2023, much of it in Loudoun County, which has branded itself Data Center Alley. Data centers in Virginia handled around one-third of all internet traffic and directly employed 13,500 Virginians in 2023 and supported 45,000 total jobs. Virginia had the second fastest average internet speed among U.S. states that year and ninth highest percent of households with broadband access, at 93.6%. Computer chips became the state's highest grossing export in 2006, and had an estimated export value of $740 million in 2022. Though in the top quartile for diversity based on the Simpson Index, only 26% of tech employees in Virginia are women, and only 13% are Black or African American. Tourists spent a record $33.3 billion in Virginia in 2023, an increase of 10% from the previous year, supporting an estimated 224,000 jobs, an increase of 13,000. The state ranked as the 8th most visited based on data from 2022. That year saw 745,000 international visitors, with 41% coming from Canada. Agriculture. As of 2021, agriculture occupies 30% of the land in Virginia with 7.7 million acres, 12,031 square mi, 31,161 kilometers, of farmland. Nearly 54,000 Virginians work on the state's 41,500 farms, which average 186 acres, 0.29 square mi, 0.75 kilometer. Though agriculture has declined significantly since 1960, when there were twice as many farms, it remains the largest industry in Virginia, providing for over 490,000 jobs. Soybeans were the most profitable single crop in Virginia in 2022, although the ongoing trade war with China has led many Virginia farmers to plant cotton instead. Other leading agricultural products include corn, cut flowers, and tobacco, where the state ranks third nationally in production. Virginia is the country's third largest producer of seafood as of 2021, with sea scallops, oysters, Chesapeake blue crabs, mengaden, and hard-shell clams as the largest seafood harvests by value, and France, Canada, New Zealand, and Hong Kong as the top export destinations. Commercial fishing supports 18,220 jobs as of 2020, while recreation fishing supports another 5,893. The population of eastern oysters collapsed in the 1980s due to pollution and overharvesting, but has slowly rebounded, and the 2022-2023 season saw the largest harvest in 35 years with around 700,000 U.S. bushels, 25,000 kl. A warm winter and a dry summer made the 2023 wine harvest one of the best for vineyards in the northern neck and along the Blue Ridge Mountains, which also attract 2.6 million tourists annually. Virginia has the 7th highest number of wineries in the nation, with 388 producing 1.1 million cases a year as of 2024. Breweries in Virginia also produced 460,315 barrels, 54,017 kl, of craft beer in 2022, the 15th most nationally. Taxes. State income tax is collected from those with incomes above a filing threshold. There are 5 income brackets, with rates ranging from 2.0% to 5.75% of taxable income. The state sales and use tax rate is 4.3%. though there is an additional 1% local tax, for a total of a 5.3% combined sales tax on most purchases. 3 regions then have a higher sales tax, 6% in Northern Virginia and Hampton Roads, and 7% in the historic Triangle. Unlike the majority of states, Virginia does have a 1% sales tax on groceries. This was lowered from 2.5% in January 2023, when the items covered by this lower rate were also extended to include essential personal hygiene goods. Virginia's property tax is set and collected at the local government level and varies throughout the Commonwealth. Real estate is also taxed at the local level. As of 2021, the overall median real estate tax rate per $100 of assessed taxable value was 96 cents, though for 72 of the 95 counties this number was under 80 cents per $100. Northern Virginia has the highest property taxes in the state, with Manassas Park paying the highest effective tax rate at $1.31 per $100, while Powhatan and Lunenburg counties were tied for the lowest, at 30 cents. Of local government tax revenue, about 61% is generated from real property taxes while 24% is from tangible personal property, sales and use, and business license tax. The remaining 15% come from taxes on hotels, restaurant meals, public service corporation property, and consumer utilities.
Goods. Camcorders out of power. It's 11:20. They're cutting grass outside and making a lot of noise, but they have to cutting the grass every month in my backyard. So I will charge my camcorder, and I did not open a lot, but I did that in the end. I start to open a lot because I have many hunters to open. This is my list. I have read, but I have to just follow my list. Finish Virginia and then just follow this. But then I have opened some more.